We don't want to stress him out today.
Why have to have it all?
All right, we ready to start, or do you want to look at that quick? Or Myron, I thought it was Myron. Okay, we ready? All right, good morning, everyone. We will start the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I believe Commissioner Gable, if you would lead us today.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Just to note, if you have a cell phone, if you would silence it, and if you need to take a cough, you could step out into the rotunda. Also, we are streaming live on YouTube. We will still do a call for public comment. We will accept phone calls from individuals of items that are not on the agenda. The two phone numbers are 882-6248 and 882-62997, and we will address those during the open part of our meeting. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any for fellow commissioners?
No.
All right, action to approve the March 2nd, 2021 agenda.
Second.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Action to approve the minutes of February 23rd, 2021 meeting.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. We'll move on to monthly reports, and we'll start with extension. We do have Jody here this morning. Good morning, Jody.
All right. There we go. All right, so we just began our archery last week. We have 50 youth active in our program for that, and we are shooting at 7 different shifts so that we can have 7 youth at each shift so that we can space them accordingly for that. Masks are required for that also, just because we are all still following the SDSU guidelines. So it's a good learning lesson for people to realize how 4-H is related to SDSU and through extension. So I just want to say a big thank you to our volunteers that helped with the farm show lunch counter. We did host one lunch counter. People were seated in our exhibit hall. And then I did have some great volunteers that helped with the Northeast 4-H calf show also. We were only like 5 head off from last year. So it was a pretty good show for that too, even with the cold temperatures that we did have. So in March, I've been doing these 4-H at home project kits that started in November. And this month is March. We're doing they're sewing. So they're gonna be sewing some hot pads. So I found some 4-H material that they're gonna sew. So for the kids that are in livestock, they also might get one like this too, so that they can sew one of each. So they'll each get 2 hot pads to sew. I saw one young man at archery the other night, and he says, I'm doing it too, he said. And his dad's like, well, who are you going to sew with? I'm going to sew with grandma. So they're getting to learn from other people, even if they don't know. But so we have 47 kids signed up for that. So just waiting on a little more material to show up. 4-H material is really kind of hard to find. So waiting for that to come up today, and then the rest should be going out this week.
Can I bring a shirt out or 2 to practice on?
So it's a great way for kids to learn how to sew. Our judges are going to be kind of swamped this year at Achievement Days with lots of our projects. And then the April 4-H at home project is going to be sent out this week. And that's going to be focused on aerospace. So kind of finding different projects each month to have kids learn about different project areas. So.
Nice.
And I did send you the promotion expansion committee.
But it was too late.
Right, exactly. So
it'll be next week.
And we only need 2 per area now, so that's why there's only 2 per area. That was an SDSU change instead of 3.
Okay.
So that's why I only have 2 per area for that. So we are doing we're doing something for looking forward to 2025. So we're doing listening sessions. So I'm going to participate in one today with SDSU 4-H. We're trying to do one with our Northeast corner, which is our promotion expansion committees first, before we open it up to the public to do one too. So So that's what's happening.
Keep them busy.
And we have the launch counter at the Home Builder Show this weekend also. So
Did you end up with enough volunteers for that?
I'm just looking for some more on Sunday afternoon yet, so getting close. Clubs are taking over on different shifts, so
Nice.
clubs can help with those. So we just have one shift left, so.
Is this the first time you've done a sewing kit like this, or?
Yeah, just doing this kind of came off of COVID, and because we were trying to reach kids and we can't hold actual classes right now and stuff, so this is the way we're sending home kits, so.
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
We've done wood projects, we've done electrical projects and cooking projects, so this is trying to find different projects each month, so.
That's neat.
Might be something we continue after this even, so,
Yeah, we are learning things
yeah,
through this that are
right,
not all bad, some of them.
Some
right,
people can't put a button on.
right. So they'll learn from
What?
someone from it, so, and they also get pins and thread to go with this one too, so. All right, anything
Nice.
else?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great job.
Jody.
Thanks, Jody.
All right, we will move on then to our Veteran Service Officer. Todd is here this morning.
Cindy, did you restart your tape?
I never shut it off.
Okay.
Is that,
No, it's going.
it's going? Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Or Todd?
Don't have a lot on the docket today. Just a little heads up, Watertown CBOC held the first COVID vaccine day with approximately 150 vaccines given. They will follow up the second dosage on the 18th of March. Again, this was scheduled according to CDC criteria through the VA out of Sioux Falls. They set up all the appointments. People went there, got their shots, and then CBOC made the second appointment. They don't have a date set for another round of vaccines. I do know some veterans have called the Sioux Falls VA and are getting in there, but they are not doing that here at our CBOC. So
I think the reason is because of the availability of the vaccine, so.
Yeah. On my long endeavor of trying to get access to the VA software system, I did do my fingerprinting. I've done my background investigation paperwork. Now I'm waiting on that. So once all that gets done, I'll probably have to modify my hardware in my office. I might have to get another keyboard that accepts a CAT card or a ID card that has crypto on it. And I'll probably get another monitor because the way the system works, you can't grab from one and put it into the other. You got to put it here and then put it over here. So we'll see what that's like when that happens. 2 transports with the DAV vehicle. We currently have 8 drivers that are clear and 3 that are still in the process. We just, a couple had to do their physicals, reschedule their physicals. So we're doing good on that. On the request for additional funds or my soliciting of funds to the local organizations, I've so far got a total of $4,300 committed for that. I haven't heard anything back recently from any of the other organizations. The booth at the farm show, that was my mistake there. I should have crossed that off. The public relations on the new van arrival, they're still looking at that May, late May, probably June timeframe before we get that. It should come already with the wrap on it when it comes up here, from what I understand. And then I'll work to get the other organizations' stickers on there someplace. I've talked to a couple different businesses in town for that.
What, do we have any plans for the old one?
We do not have any plans for the old one. We are supposedly, once we get the new one, we'll request to volunteer services out of the Sioux Falls VA. They will give us some paperwork to go get a title, and then we will be able to do whatever you want from the commission standpoint. If we want to keep it, you want to sell it or whatever. So that probably won't be until July, I would imagine, or August before we do anything with that. It's got 165,000 on it. I just had the oil change, so
It's not even broke in yet.
yeah.
It's been running good.
Yes.
Are there any other branches that are in need of one?
Well, that's a
Yeah.
good case. We talked about that here briefly last month when I said that I had that request from one of our neighboring counties.
Yeah.
that could be a possibility there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what happened to the previous one, like in 2010. I think you had two here
Yeah, we
and
did.
one got taken away and then you gave one and got the Explorer, from what I
Not
understand.
sure.
I don't quite know.
Yeah, I don't
for
remember.
sure.
I don't
Sure.
remember what
Yeah.
happened either. I don't remember.
I know we explored offering it to another county, but I don't know if that ever happened or not.
I could look into that, see if talk to the VSOs over in Hamlin or Dual County, because I know neither one of them.
Seemed like it went back to Sioux Falls or something. I just don't remember what happened.
The bad thing is, I think with those counties is to, again, build up the driver
Yeah,
corps from that standpoint. Nothing new on the phones, really. I've looked at a couple different ones, just haven't pulled the trigger on that, so. And I'll continue to attend the meetings. I got the commanders meeting tonight at the VFW, so unless there's any questions.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
No, thank you.
Thanks,
Todd.
Todd.
All right, we will wait on this, I guess, till Steve gets back. He's probably in the middle of something. So we'll go to item number 8, action to approve a resolution discharging county liens of deceased clients. And Cindy gave us that list last week. I don't know if you want to do any explaining on that.
These are people who receive county assistance. And we have determined, we don't have dates of death on everyone, but we have determined from the age they were and when they applied, that there's no way that they could be still alive. And obviously no property assets in their names. There was one big one on here that you had asked about last week. It was over $100,000, and that was a
Lawsuit.
transplant. It was a transplant case, and that person is deceased and had no assets at the time either. So the total that we have reached right now is $398,663.77. This just allows us to clean up our records. From our point of view, there is no chance of recovering any of these amounts of money. A lot of these claims are actual burial fees for someone who was deceased who had no assets. They range all the way from $6.45 to $139,000. Every time we do this, the number is getting smaller because we are getting caught up, but we continue to monitor for people that we know are deceased.
So this goes back to July 1 of 1970?
Well, it does, because that is the last time that the legislature took action to erase liens. So everything from prior to July 1st, 1970 was already wiped off by the legislature. So this is anything from that time point through now of people that we find are deceased and have no assets.
Did the legislature enact this again then?
Well, they've done it twice that I can recall. It's been some time since they have done this, and I don't know what triggers them to do this. If it's, I really don't know how they determined when they should do that.
I'll make a motion to approve a resolution discharging county liens of deceased clients.
Second.
All right, motion by Johnson, second by, was it Gable? Any other discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. All right, we have Steve back, so we'll go back up to item number 7. Action to approve rates for weed chemicals and spraying services. Maybe I should have given you a couple minutes.
Or Steve?
Good morning.
Morning.
I guess I don't have my sheet in front of me, but what this is basically is the rates. Nothing has changed on the state and private side. The only thing that's really changed on the township side and county would be is the adjustment for what the approved bid sheet was, so. Which this needs to be done every year anyway, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the rates for weed chemicals and spraying services.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. Any other discussion, comments, questions? Hearing none.
Did you, just one question, did you get any response the other night from any of the townships? Are they going to continue with their programs?
I never really asked them. I turned around and told them, I put it in their packets and so that, and no response of anything from that. So when they get to pick up their stuff, their books, and then we'll see. So, all right.
All right.
All right, why don't you hang tight? We'll probably just let you take care of, well, because you have the detention center, yeah.
Number 11.
Yeah, so just hang tight. We'll do number 9. That won't take too long, but we have to vote on this one first. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 9, action to declare an oil burning furnace surplus to be traded.
So moved.
GEN 01078.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Cindy, you have anything?
This is just what we talked about last week, when Rick needed to replace the oil burning furnace in the shop area. The one we currently have is on fixed assets. It's being traded in, so you do need to declare it surplus to be traded. So this will take care of that.
All right.
So moved.
No,
We already have a motion and a second. Just have to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 10, opening and announcing of bids received for detention center sewer rehab project. I don't know, Brad, did you want to come up also?
We received one bid.
Makes it easy.
That makes it simple. This morning.
You see that now?
No, I don't. All right. The bid was from Midwest Pipelining, or Pipelining. They're out of Watertown. We'll start out, the descaling was $11,628. The Chevius, which is.
You're just going down the itemized.
I'm just going to
items.
go down the itemized list unless you want me just to do a total.
I'm curious what the total is then.
Okay,
That's
yep,
kind
no
of-
problem. Total, $103,974.68.
Is that where you projected it within the area
That's-
or?
Yeah. Yep, budgeted amount was,
Is that one
140.
more?
no, 100,
No, the budget
Oh.
amount. I looked at the budget this morning and it, for capital improvements, it was 140 in that line item, but I didn't know
Yep.
what other,
Around 110.
yeah,
what
I
other
think
projects.
planned for
Yeah.
this project,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
So does it look like, as far as they caught all the items that were on the notice to bidders, I guess is.
pretty well. Everything seems to be, all of it was on that itemized list and stuff.
How will that disrupt the daily activities of the jail? Will they be able to separate part of it and you'll be able to, you won't have to turn anybody loose, will you?
It does say in the bid
Yep.
specs that this work will be done in coordination with the detention center staff to allow to continue operation throughout the project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, pretty well. Everything here is all itemized, what was down the list that he had
Okay.
and stuff, so.
All right, so
And
we,
do we
Take
need,
time to review it, or are you,
is there bid security? And do we need to worry about bid security? Is that in there? Or is that what that
there's
is?
a little pink slip.
This is just the notice to bidders. And so that,
it does say bid security and the
We
amount
need
of
to- yeah.
5% must accompany each bid.
What was that
Okay.
pink piece of paper?
We can go back and ask them like.
we'll go back and contact
We
them
only
to get
got
that
the one.
bid. Yep, we only have the one.
Oh, it's
Nothing.
just,
Oh, okay.
it's nothing.
I thought there was something.
So we
But I might have
can't
missed.
take any action on this until we receive that.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right,
Okay.
so
Yep.
we'll just,
We'll contact them and get the
So we
just
need to
I'll
put
just
it-
note that no action was taken pending receipt of a bid security.
And we'll have to put that back on the agenda for
Yep.
next week. So do we
Brad,
need a
can you-
motion then to,
Just, I'll turn this mic on for you, but can you just kind of give us a rundown on what this project entails?
Sure. This, this quote here, this bidding process is to line the old and aging sewer pipes, the cast iron pipes in the detention center. So it'd be the detention center side of the sheriff's office building over there. There's a whole bunch of old cast iron pipes that we've had to repair a few. We've had to knock some holes in some walls to get in there to fix some leaks and some crumbling pipes. Our goal with this is to line those so we don't have to tear up floors and hopefully catch the problems before they get worse. So that's what they do here. It sounds like they take and blow like a sleeve or a fiberglass sock all the way through the line after they go through and they mill it and put a camera in there and descale it and make sure that there's no crud or anything bad in there. Maybe wrong at how I'm describing this because this isn't what I do,
Yeah,
but
they clean it up first and then they blow it in, yeah.
blow like a sock in there with a resin.
Angioplasty for
Yeah,
pipes.
Basically.
basically, yeah. And then it cures at the size of the pipe and you pretty much have a new, kind of like a new PVC pipe in your cast iron pipe. So
I think crud is a technical word.
crud, there you go, technical word, yep.
That's the descaling.
The descaling crud, yep.
Yeah.
But it's nice about this because you don't have to dig up floors and stuff. You don't have to, yeah. so,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Or
the key.
dig up
Or
outside.
the walls and so that are all block and so we had in there and so we had, otherwise you'd have to bust up, so.
The last one, like I said, we had to bust open a block wall to get in there to do that 8-foot pipe that was in the wall. And they couldn't get down and do the floor pipes that were in there, so this will hopefully relieve and fix all them issues before they get too bad.
103,974.68, right? Okay,
103,974.68,
I
yes.
hope that'll work.
thank you.
So once
All
we
right.
get we don't need to, since these guys made the deadline, at least we can just say, oh, it looks like you just forgot the bid security, so, okay.
I think Midwest Pipelining, I think they're out of Watertown here.
Yep, they're out of Watertown.
So then will that be put on the agenda for next week then for approval? Okay.
Yeah. We don't need any motions or anything to
No.
delay that since we didn't.
Thank you.
What's that?
You want to get a hold of them?
Note that it
Yeah,
was
I'll get a
something.
hold of them.
Awesome.
All right, very
Yep.
good.
Thanks,
Might as well
guys.
do 13.
I'll grab my sheets.
Okay.
Hang on to that.
All right, then we will move on then to item number 12, discussion, possible action to revise the county's agreement with ICAP regarding assistance in the welfare office. And we have, yes, I have our welfare director here, Sarah, who will help also explain why this needs to be revised or why we
Sarah?
would want to do
All
this.
right, Sarah.
Good morning.
Hi, thank you.
Yep.
So this came about when I came in and we were reviewing this, and essentially this is just an effort to help our office function better and more appropriately. What this does is changes the roles a little bit. It actually just clarifies them more where, so the major changes are on that 5th one, that rather than the ICAP person, who is Amy at this point, rather than having her be the lead of that,
Oh, you got
yeah, I
this.
printed it, thank you. That she would assist in establishing the systems of care and then facilitate those referrals to appropriate client services. It was really our attempt to more define what case management looks like and what her services would be. And then we switched and added some of the responsibilities into my role as the director. Essentially, I would just lead that role or the effort to develop that systems of care, and then would also take on the responsibility to create the memorandums of understanding, releases of information, that kind of thing, so that our community can work better together. So that's all it is, just some technical changes to clarify.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, motion by Gable, second by Waterman. Any other questions, comments?
Just-
Yeah, I do have a question or a comment here. Now, a year ago, we had one not full-time welfare director, and now we have a full-time director. We have a $500 a week ICAP person in the budget in there. and then a part-time assistant. And I'm fine with this, although I didn't really have a lot of input into it, which I don't know if I'm happy about that, but the fact is that do we have enough money in the budget to cover all of this personnel? I mean, was it budgeted accordingly, so we'll get by all right this year, this coming year?
Yes.
I mean, this doesn't change anything. This doesn't
No.
change any of the costings. So it just,
But it was, we had it in the budget.
Yes.
yeah,
Well,
that's what we did.
And my point is that we're probably going to get some questions from somewhere. Somebody is going to say, why are we replacing basically not a full-time FTE with a full-time and basically 2 part-time? You understand what I'm saying? And so we all better have our ducks in order when that question comes to us. Is there that much more work now? I hopefully our new hires are a lot more proficient, a lot more able to handle the work. You understand where I'm coming from, because we need to explain to our constituents out there, we're spending their money, and we need to be spending it wisely.
And Madam Chair, can I
Yes.
just kind of try to answer a little bit of that? So first thing, I know we've revised this agreement a few times as we worked it through, some of the changes, mostly for clarity. And then with our new welfare director, you have a different skill set than the previous welfare director. So this is a way to capitalize upon that skill set. And so we appreciate you coming to us and saying, let's shift, these things around. A couple things on the cost. The cost doesn't change. The term of the contract doesn't change. So we left those. So the dates at the bottom are still the same as they originally were. But this will help the two, Amy from ICAP and Sarah as our new welfare director to be able to work better together. And I think this also will give some more longevity because you're putting the kind of the permanent county welfare office in charge of the systems of care, more or less. And then ICAP is still there to assist and help that to happen. And then also do the other stuff, the case management for the welfare office overall, which was really kind of what originally caused that, us to look to ICAP for that. And as far as what Myron's other point about, full-time, part-time, and then ICAP, I mean, that's kind of, we kind of knew that was going to happen with all the transition that was happening in the welfare office. And, our previous welfare director was almost full-time. So there was a little bit of difference, but only I think about 2 hours shy of a full-time, so just to kind of make that clear to folks. And, it is a bit of a transitional period. So, and as we've tried to look at different ways to see what can be done with the welfare office, and for people that don't realize that there's a lot of interplay between that whole social services thing and then the criminal justice system. So the better we get all this stuff working together, the less burden that is on the criminal justice system, and it's a better thing for the community, and it's a lot more cost effective for the community and the taxpayer as well. So that's kind of what we're aiming at. That's why we're doing it this way. We're paying a lot of attention to this issue right now.
I would add to that, this is something that has not been done previously, the systems of care, that will make it a better organized and, like Lee said, more efficient process. So with that being said, and now with the South Dakota housing, all those applications that are coming in, that's an added duty in that office as well. So,
but we're going to look at that. I mean, it's we do have to be constantly looking at, do we need 3 people? So that we have to that's just what we have to do to be responsible to the taxpayer. So
Yeah. And I thank you, Myron, for bringing those issues up. I think they're important for me as the director to keep in the forefront of my mind of how efficient are we being? Are we utilizing time? The thing that I'm 2 weeks in, so I'm still getting a feel for things. But the thing that I'm seeing right now is Carrie is really busy with the housing applications, the COVID, the CARES funds. And so that's really taking a lot of her time. And so as I'm trying to get trained into the other programs, it's a juggling act right now. As we go forward, that may.
The other good, that's kind of serendipitous that it turned out that way, but because we get reimbursed for that.
Right.
Those hours.
She gets
so it kind
$50 an hour.
of kind of works out
Yes.
that way,
Yeah.
which is
It's
almost
really covering the cost.
yeah.
So it's just so that the people who thought of that program realized that there was going to be that need. So,
But my point was, I just wanted to make certain that it was in the budget, that we were covered that way, and that when people ask the question, you know, why do we have 3 people over there all of a sudden, you know, so,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It is.
Yeah, thank you for raising that.
All right. So we have a motion and a second. Are we ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That motion carries. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming over.
Thanks.
so
All right, we'll move on then to item number 13, action to approve a revised Memorial Park Campground Management Services Agreement. Steve, did you want Natalie with you or you alone, however you want to do it?
I guess I can I can handle this and so that.
All right,
This here is a contract. It was more or less revised by Natalie, the HR director, to fit more as a service agreement of a contract. And the stipulation in here, which also was included in here, is that they agreed upon was to have indirect service with the park maintenance out there and stuff. And so if you had had chance to look at this over before, so.
yep. And that was an important addition in
Yep.
that contract, so.
Well, and this will take some of the minute by minute decision-making off your
For Steve.
shoulders.
Right.
For you to do a broader management.
You know, when it comes to be basically major things, yes, but small detailed
yeah,
information.
which paragraph was that again? Where the changes?
That was, number 4, B4 is where that's added in, indirect supervision. First page, B4.
Oh, okay, I see.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the revised Memorial Park Campground Management Services Agreement.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Maybe this was asked and answered already, and if it was, I apologize, but you've spoken with them and.
Yep,
No
spoken,
issues.
they agreed upon it and so that,
Okay,
and I'll have to get a contract signed with, I think that's on the next thing is for approval for, is that on there? I
For
think
the
it was
seasonal?
both. Yeah, no,
Or no,
Nope,
for
nope.
this?
It's number 14.
Management services, yep.
yep,
Okay. Are we all ready to vote on this? If so, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 14, action to enter into an agreement for Memorial Park Campground Management Services.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Did you have any comments, questions, Steve? Or
no,
comments?
this is just their contract and so that for the amount paid, so that for the year.
You'll need to provide Debbie with vouchers so she
Yep.
can pay that out.
Yep,
Where's the, I'm sorry, where's the amount on? I'm just looking for it
the
on
amount
second
is
page.
on the second page, terms of payment,
Right in the middle.
number 3.
Oh, okay, thank you. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, there it is, okay.
Yep. And, you know, and then make note, this is the 1099, so this is a total uncommitted.
It's a contract.
Yep.
Will,
And we just
Service.
changed that last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
well, no, it was really, yeah, it was just kind of some confusion, but yeah, that's when it really got clarified, so.
Yeah.
All right, any other comments, questions? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 15, action to approve a revised job description for Memorial Park seasonal campground maintenance.
I had Natalie revise this position. It was more or less a position before as just plain maintenance. We more or less programmed it more for Memorial Park seasonal, which added in there. And so we got seasonal runs from April 1st to October 15th. And then had it in there and so that for the indirect supervision from the campground managers.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. And with this too, this is something that it will be done yearly to.
Right, this would be
Put
annual.
this out for
Yeah,
What,
that'd be on the advertisement part.
Yep.
one question
Yep.
on that, Madam Chairman and Steve. It's October 15th, but what happens if we have warmer weather or
Well,
or have
the-
something we decide to do after October 15th?
Well, basically, the park closes always September 30th. It's always been set to close. Technically, we need enough time for them to be able to shut down, clean up, and so that of the park. Pretty well in 2 weeks or so, most of it can be done. There might be some leaves that have fallen, that could be mowed, but that was the case this past year. A lot of leaves didn't fall off until almost November this year, so they were already done. Leaves will decay. I mean, they'll disintegrate, so.
Yeah, they'll be there. I mean, maybe
Yep.
trees or something like that.
Yeah. Pretty well most at that time, if it's anything of trees. If it needs to be, they are marked if they have to be taken down. So that way, over the winter months, I can get somebody in to have them cut down.
If we needed somebody after the 15th for a special purpose.
Yeah, we could get that.
Okay.
All right. Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 16, action to advertise for the Memorial Park seasonal campground maintenance employees.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Gable. Any comments on that? Questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. All right, thanks, Steve.
Thank you,
Get
Steve.
the park all going now. Item number 17, action to approve claims for payment.
We have one claim today. It's our monthly payment to the city of Watertown for the 911 surcharge collections. These are collections from December. The amount is $22,902.22.
Move to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 18, action, possible discussion on COVID-19 practices, procedures, policies. I don't think we have any.
No.
Item number 19, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
Nothing for 19 today.
Item number 20, action to approve personnel changes.
We have 4 of those, I believe. Steve Lowry is a deputy sheriff. He's due an anniversary step increase to step 7, $26.83 per hour. Amelia Barrientos is qualified as a bilingual employee, so she qualifies for the extra 20 cents per hour per the Correctional Officers Union contract adopted this year. Ryan Elliott is a part-time correctional officer who has enough hours in to go to step 3, $19.62 an hour. And Maria Escamilla also qualifies for the 20 cents per hour bilingual pay for the correctional officers.
Move to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Doesn't look like we have any travel
No
requests.
travel requests today.
Public notices, we mentioned there's the home show, could be a quorum of commissioners. There's the Cracker Barrel,
GOP is tomorrow.
that's tomorrow. Cracker Barrel is at 10 a.m., is that correct?
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, the 6th.
Extension
That's
building,
That's at the home show.
home show.
Yep, home
Watertown.
show. Behavioral health meeting on Thursday.
Yeah, and there's I think I sent out the Zoom invite to members of the media if they want to watch it. So with the Zoom info, but yeah, that's Thursday here and in this room and on Zoom.
I don't know if I got that Zoom address. Zoom-
I'll send it to, it should be in there, but I'll send it out again.
Okay.
So
with the
it
agenda.
has not changed.
No, well, it's a different one. It's a different one for the behavioral health meeting.
Okay,
So I
but
sent it
for
out, I
this
thought.
meeting,
This
because
one
there's
has not.
somebody from the historic preservation.
No, this one has not changed. If we
Here, okay.
need to change it every once in a while, we can do
Okay.
that, but
They'll be
I
zooming
haven't
in
changed it
next
for a
week,
while.
you mean?
They'll be zooming in next week, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
No, I saw you send that email
All
too.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
And in a couple of weeks, we do have our county commission spring workshop out in Pier, but does anyone have anything else?
I have a JDAI juvenile detention alternative initiative meeting at noon today, but I think I'm the only commissioner attending.
All
So,
right.
It's not in here, is it?
no, that's over. It's over
Okay,
at the
somebody
Boys
has
and Girls Club.
reserved this room at noon
Yeah,
today,
it's
so,
at the Boys and Girls Club.
okay.
All right. Old business, item number 23. Have any old? How about any new business?
On the old business, there was something this week from the Historical Society.
That's on the agenda for next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. That's what you were talking about.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw this out here too. I don't know. With the spring workshop, would any of you, since we do have 5 Tuesdays in,
That's not gonna work for me to change it.
okay. then-
Sorry.
All right, nope, then we'll just, it's fine.
Okay.
We're good to go. Item number 25 for the open. Evidently, we probably didn't have any call-ins. Anyone else have anything for the open? We have anything for executive session?
I don't think so.
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.